this is exactly how I stimulate my ADHD brain. So you're probably finding yourself really difficult to stimulate your ADHD brain because you're finding the mundane task of chores, doing laundry, paying bills, doing things at work, really hard to motivate yourself to even finish them to stimulate your brain, whereas the neurotypical person doesn't have a problem. But us with ADHD, it can be a big problem because we just don't have that stimulation. Now, before I go into like what are some actual techniques to be able to stimulate the ADHD brain, we first need to understand how does the ADHD brain work when it comes to stimulation and why our ADHD brain isn't always stimulated to do the mundane stuff, the simple chores, the simple tasks that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. So if we look at the ADHD brain, what we'll find is typically with people with ADHD will have low dopamine levels, sometimes also imbalance of serotonin and other neurotransmitters. And what this means is people with low dopamine levels will have lack of motivation, focus. It's a reward type of neurotransmitter to actually help us wanting to do things, to be motivated to do things. But with people with ADHD, they lack in that. And so what happens is whenever we're presented with a task that could be definitely subpar stimulating, such as like doing a chore. Most everyone doesn't like doing chores. But even if it's something that can be somewhat stimulating, maybe going and playing sports, but maybe that day you don't feel very motivated to go do so, or exercise. Sometimes you might have days that you feel like wanting to do exercise. Some other days you might not. That's because it's not stimulating enough for the ADHD brain. The ADHD brain is like, let's go play video games, or let's go watch, your favorite TV show. Who wants to go exercise? Go play sports. No, that's not stimulating enough. That's what's happening in our brain is our ADHD brain is like, okay, that's boring. This is way more exciting. Or even when you pay your bills, you go, if your spouse is like, hey, go pay the bills, you get on the computer, you look up, you're getting, and then all of a sudden, ding, something pops up on the internet, and your ADHD brain's like, whoa, what's that? Ooh, it's nice and shiny. Oh, let's look at that. That's way more. And then you forget about paying the bills, and then a day or two goes by, and your spouse is like, did you pay the bills? You're like, shoot, I forgot. Dang it. Why? And then, of course, you have this issue with your spouse not paying your bills. And this is because the ADHD brain is always looking for things that are more stimulating. Whereas the neurotypical person, they have that good balance of dopamine, serotonin, so they don't run into this issue. So now that we understand how the ADHD brain works when it comes to stimulation, let's talk about some actual tactics. And these are the things that I use personally to help stimulate my ADHD brain so I am always staying focused and finishing things that are necessary, even if they're boring and things that my ADHD brain just doesn't want to do. So the very first thing that I highly recommend to stimulate the ADHD brain is pairing boring things, boring tasks, chores, doing laundry, any of that kind of boring stuff, and pairing with something that you do enjoy. So what I recommend is take out a piece of paper and write down everything that you enjoy. I like playing video games. I like listening to music. I like listening to podcasts. I like, playing sports. List it all. Put it all in there, okay? So you have two different categories. You're going to put everything that you enjoy and all the tasks that you do not enjoy at all. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be really creative of how you can actually pair these together. So let me give you an example. Back when I was living at home, when I was a kid, and my parents lived on a 17.5 acre farm, and that was a lot of lawns to be mowed. My dad was a landscaper, and he was very particular about how his lawns looked, and also a lot of beds to weed. And I hated chores, whether it was inside or outside. I enjoyed outside a little more, but still, chores was chores. Everybody gets that. And I get distracted. Like, if I was asked to take out the trash, I'd start taking out the trash. And then, I don't know, I'd see a ball rolling and I'd be like, oh, what's that? Or a cat, my pet cat would be running outside and I'd pick up the cat and I'd forget about the trash, okay? Because that was more exciting than taking out the trash. But what I would do is when I had to go mow lawns or, when I had to go weed the beds or any kind of chores around the house, what I did enjoy was dancing and listening to music. I really enjoyed that a lot. And so when it came to chores inside the house, I would listen to music and I'd be dancing and getting the chores done and, having fun, dancing and listening to music because I would pair it, okay? That's just one simple thing. But sometimes when I was asked to take my siblings and drive around the house, drive to different places and different places that I had to take my siblings to, I didn't enjoy that. But I did enjoy listening to motivational tapes. I did enjoy listening to different learning things that I can listen to. So instead of grudgingly always having to take my siblings, there's 9 kids in my family, just to kind of give you an idea of how many kids you had to drive around to take to errands, dropping them off to places. So when I would do that, I was motivated to go do it because I knew I could listen to my tapes when I was dropping off my siblings. Okay. Or when I would mow the lawns, same thing. I was motivated to go mow the lawns because I get to listen to things that I enjoyed. Now, what if that doesn't work? Because I get it. There are sometimes tasks that are hard to pair it with things that you enjoy. So the second thing that I recommend, if it isn't possible to do that, is to use the reward system. So how this works is the reward system. So let's just talk about, like, for example, if you have paid bills. Well, you're not going to be listening to music. Maybe that might be just too distracting. But what you can do is tell yourself, okay, once I pay these bills, then I'll go do something I enjoy. Because what's going to happen is the ADHD brain's all like, pay bills? Pfft, that's boring. Let's go watch that favorite TV show you want. Or let's go play that new video game you bought. Yeah, let's go do that. So what you got to do is this is where you got to use your other side of the brain to be like, okay, ADHD brain, we'll do that, but we got to first pay the bills. If we pay the bills, then we'll go play the video game because I was going to do it later tonight, but because if I play the bills now, I will go play that video game. So that excites and stimulates the ADHD brain because, like, all right, let's hurry up and get this efficient. What happens in the brain is it learns to focus really well because it's like it wants that reward. It wants it. The ADHD brain wants to get to that more exciting, stimulating thing. Now, if that doesn't work, here's the third thing to do. If you find that's very difficult, here's the third thing that I find really, really effective. Because let's say you have a big project. Well, it's hard to do small rewards because I always say try to implement small little 5-minute break rewards. But let's say you can't. Let's say you have a long project that your boss gives you this big assignment, or at school, you have this big paper to write. What I recommend is equate how much time it's going to take to actually do that. So let's say your boss or this paper assignment, they give you a whole month to do, but you know it really only would take 2 weeks. So this is what you tell your brain. It's like, all right, okay, ADHD brain, I get this is boring. You don't want to do this, but tell you what, if we could do this in 2 weeks, we'll take off the next 2 weeks and binge watch on Netflix and play video games because we already got it done. But we need to do it in 2 weeks so that we get 2 weeks off. Now, with your boss, obviously you might be working, but maybe your type of work, it's based off of how much productivity versus how many hours you put in. But you can still apply it in the same way. As you trick your brain, it's like if I finish this in a shorter amount of time and you give yourself your own deadline, not what your boss gave you or your teacher gave you, but give yourself your own deadline, then there's a greater reward and the ADHD brain will be stimulated to do that because it's like, yeah, that's exciting. We'll get to take 2 weeks off or even a week off of vacation. Those are the 3 things for your ADHD brain is pair it with something that you also enjoy, with something boring, be able to do those tasks. 2 is be able to use the reward system so that the ADHD brain is stimulated to do it. And then 3 is, of course, you want to be able to give it deadlines of your own deadlines for bigger rewards so that the ADHD brain is excited to want to actually do it and finish it because it's going to learn how to focus better. Okay, but if you're looking for other ways to be able to have an optimal mind and a more focused mind, well, I have a free training in the description below for helping people with ADHD or people who have unfocused mind or parents who have kids with ADHD. You can also use this training. It's in the description below. Check it out. It's my proprietary process of helping people with ADHD. So until next time, this is Dr. LeGrand signing out. And remember, you have an optimal mind. Thanks. Bye.